Hello, and welcome to another Music Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about rhythms. So there's actually something about rhythms that we can do that really will help us figure out how to read the rhythms and how to play the rhythms. So today we're going to be talking about something called subdividing 4 beats. We're subdividing rhythms. So what that means is we're actually approaching this with a really mathematical sense. That's right, music is math, believe it or not. So the first note, the note that's the longest that we're going to talk about today is this guy. It's the whole note. The whole note has 4 beats. It's a round circle. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. Now this one's pretty easy because you only have 4 beats. But guess what? Each one of these notes I'm going to show you actually breaks in half. So we're going to take this guy, break him in half, and we have the half note. Now the half note is 2 beats each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's the half note. So we took that whole note, we cut it in half, and we have that half note. The next thing we do, if we chop this half note in half, so we have the quarter note. The quarter note is 1 beat each. Now you see that, they're filled in this time. There are 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note. So it takes 4 of these notes to make up one of these notes. That's why it's called subdividing. We're actually bringing it down to where we can count the smaller beats. We're going to do 2 more notes. So we're going to cut these guys in half too. And we're going to make... I know you love my sound effects, I'm sure. Eighth notes. Now, eighth notes are only worth half a beat, so they're not worth eighth of a beat. They're worth half a beat. So look, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, it takes 8 of these guys to make one of these guys, which is why it's called an eighth note. But the beat, again, is still half beat. The last thing we're going to do is slash those guys one more time in half. And we have 16th note. 16th note. So we have sets of 4 here. And we count it 1 E and A. So 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Right? So they're worth a quarter of the beat. Now again, it takes 16 of these guys to make one of these guys. That's why it's called a 16th note. 16 to make a whole note. So how does this help us in the end? Well, really, if you think about it, taking the notes and cutting them down to their smallest possible beats for the piece of music you're working on will help you figure out what the rhythm is. It might be a complex rhythm. Let's say you're dealing with a note that happens to be a dotted quarter note, so it's worth a beat and a half, which we didn't talk about, but I'm just throwing it out there, and then followed by an eighth note. Well, to subdivide it, you would actually go ahead and turn it into like this. You'd have 2 sets of eighth notes. You would know that these 3 would be held, and then poof, you have that eighth note afterwards. So again, subdividing is a really, really good technique. It is useful for every instrument, vocals, piano, flute, euphonium, drums, anything, you name it. Having the ability to figure out how to make the units that you're looking at smaller so you can really see where they fit is an extremely helpful tool to help figure out complicated rhythms and to keep track of where you are in the music. Well, that's our music tip for today. I hope you had a great time. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!